I suspect next time you hear from me, I'll be out of surgery. All right, wish me luck. They said they're going to be keeping me overnight. They did a local nerve block. When they were initially going in, they hit the mesenteric vessel with fentanyl, and the pain was just not going away. They want to get some editing done, get some walks in, and try to pass some gas. It is the morning of surgery, about 7:15. My surgery is at 11 o'clock, or the check-in is at 11 o'clock. I don't know when the surgery is going to be because there's going to be a process. I don't get to eat this morning. I was supposed to stop eating at midnight last night. I think that's pretty standard for most surgeries. As far as pre-surgery prep, there wasn't much. It's much different than a colonoscopy. That was quite a bit more prep. This one is just not eating. Yeah, you see, this is why I do things in the car. Yeah, anything else? Yeah, so there wasn't a whole lot of prep involved, just no eating. They said that I should take a shower this morning. I think that makes sense. No shaving. There's nothing for me to shave. So, not a whole lot of prep. Just make sure that I have some comfortable clothes, some slip-on shoes, things that I can get in and out of pretty easily. Just bring the essentials, bring my phone, wallet, ID, and that's about it. There's really not much to it. I'll give you as much update as I possibly can, but yeah, that's pretty much it. About a couple hours before going into the OR, they gave me 15 milligrams of Toradol, which is an anti-inflammatory that's supposed to help the recovery process. They put that in my IV. They gave me 1 full gram of Tylenol. And then I met with the anesthesiologist. The anesthesiologist gave me options. I had the option of relying on pain meds after the surgery, or he could do a nerve block. I got the nerve block. The doctor came by, marked the surgical spot, asked me which side I'm getting it on. I said the left. He marked it with a pin on the left side, verified the procedure, and I went into the OR, I think around 3:30. All right, I suspect next time you hear from me, I'll be out of surgery. All right, wish me luck. At least according to my notes. I mean, I don't remember most of this. In fact, most of this I've only verified through looking at texts that I've sent, timestamps, because right around the time of going onto the OR bed, that's when my memory stopped. Based on what I could tell, I think I woke up right around 6 p.m. I couldn't see, trying to open my eyes. There was some gel on my eyes, or something in my eyes that was keeping my vision blurred. Took a couple minutes for that to go away. I was definitely groggy. I had some pain in my belly at the top portion of the belly button. What I didn't know at the time is that there's an incision right above the belly button. That's also where a lot of the most damage was done. So the pain in my belly was right around an 8. They kept on pumping me with fentanyl, and the pain was just not going away. They gave me some Dilaudid, The Dilaudid is what took the pain away, but it also lowered my breathing rate so much that they had to give me oxygen. And I was wondering why are they asking me to breathe so deep? It was because my O2 levels were going down. So they put me on oxygen, coaching me how to breathe. I got word from the nurses right out the gate that I was going to stay the night. Yeah, so they said they're going to be keeping me overnight. I'll give you an update on the details later. But I'm okay for right now. Pain is minimal. I'm on some good drugs. Their explanation was that it was having to do with some bleeding. When they were initially going in, they hit the mesenteric vessel, which is apparently a vessel that's really vital to the intestines and getting blood to the intestines. They continued to do the procedure. They sewed me back together, or glued me back together, and then they wanted to stick around for the night and then get labs in the morning. I still right now have a little bit of an itchy throat, didn't have any nausea, and then after an hour or so, they moved me to a recovery unit. My family brought some food. They said they nicked a nerve or a blood vessel when they put the holes for the robot. Oh, I see tomorrow. I wasn't on any dietary restrictions. They gave me some juice. I didn't feel like I needed to use the restroom, but right around 9 p.m., I got up. I used the electric seat back to get up. I couldn't have sat up on my own at this point. Got me in the upright position. Tried to move to the end of the bed, and of course, your first instinct is to use that core muscles to get you moving. Yeah, that wasn't happening. That was very painful. So I found another way. I found either elbow or grabbing the end of the bed or anything that I could do to keep my core muscles from engaging, because that hurt. And I imagine the pain medication actually numbed that feeling to go to the bathroom because I had plenty of fluids to get out. So at this point, walking wasn't that painful. Because you're not really engaging your core that much when you're walking. The sitting and standing motion going up and down did hurt, but it was tolerated at the time because I was still under the general anesthesia and, of course, under the nerve block. I felt all around the incision. All the incisions were numb. Even the surgical site, or the hernia site, was numb. So the only thing that hurt was my belly button, just above the belly button. And even that wasn't so bad at this point. Ice pack helped keep the pain down. And then right around 9:30, I turned off the light and went to bed. All right, I was woken up by a nurse around 4 a.m. They wanted to draw some blood, so they drew some blood. I went to the bathroom. The pain started to get a little bit worse at this point, and I would say right around that time it was about a 7, and it was same spot, right up in the belly. I was also getting some pressure, which I didn't know at the time, but it was probably gas and bloating. I stuck it out till about 5, then asked for some pain control because it was pretty bad. They gave me some oxy. So around 7:30, pain meds were starting to take effect. I felt pretty good. Stood up to use the restroom again, walked around a bit, and I was surprised at how much pressure was in my gut and also how much extended my belly was. Okay. Whew. It is really tight right there. Must be the gas. So did some walking around, tried to release the gas, if you know what I mean. All right, so about 9 a.m. All right, they're getting ready to release me. Just saw the doctor. I'm gonna let the future me tell you what he said. What I initially heard was a nick in my mesenteric vessel, but apparently he just bruised it. He said it was was not bad. It was just a precaution, but it was enough for them to want to follow up and get some labs in the morning. Doctor said I was restricted to lifting no more than 20 pounds for, I said, about 30 days. I could do some light cycling activity when I tolerated it. The bloating would go down the next day or so. The cuts themselves were glued together, so there were no stitches, so I didn't have to worry about any bandages. I was able to shower. So while waiting to get released, I tried to stand up about every hour or so and walk around. By this time, the oxy was starting to wear off, and the nerve block, I could tell there were portions that were starting to feel a little bit painful. I only took one dose of the oxy at 5 o'clock. It's about 12, so it's been about 7 hours, and so we're getting an idea of what the pain is gonna be like. But so far, so good. Just walking around, pain was about a 6, not too bad. Not enough for me to ask for meds. I was feeling pretty confident that I could handle it. All right, just waiting on my son. I'm still numb on the skin, numb to the touch right here in this area. So that's not, I haven't felt completely what it's gonna feel like when the nerve block wears off. So we'll see how long it takes for that nerve block to wear off. Yeah, my son came to pick me up. Getting in the car was a challenge, but manageable. Coming up on 24 hours, and I was able to get home and get out of the car just fine, make a sandwich for myself, take a shower, and so I'm moving around pretty good. All right, so last night I sat down to get some editing done. Was feeling a lot of pressure still in my abdomen, so I tried to lay down to see how that felt, and I was getting quite a bit of pain just laying down, so I had to take one more oxy. But good news is I did sleep very well last night, and this morning the pain from the surgical site was not too bad, but I had a lot of bloating. So had some breakfast and was able to eat just fine. I think that today is mainly just going to be I'm going to get some editing done, get some walks in, and try to pass some gas. So I have literally just farted around all day long because I gotta release some of the pressure. All right, I would absolutely love to report to you that all the bloating is gone and I feel great and I'm completely healed after 48 hours, but it has been 48 hours, and that's not completely the case. Good news is my constipation is starting to resolve slowly, but still a lot of bloating. Now, I did find out that it's not just passing gas that releases all that bloating. A lot of that goes into your bloodstream. So some of it comes out of just normal breathing, which is why getting up and moving is very important. Getting that heart rate going absorbs some of that gas into your bloodstream. So I would recommend that if you got all that bloating, then get up and move. In fact, that is a solution for a lot of problems. I still believe that the nerve block is in effect. It's been 48 hours. That's the end of this video. I will do a more long-term follow-up later, and we'll see how I am progressing with getting back to exercise and how things feel as we get into the weeks and months. But for now, I'm doing pretty good. Live long and peaceful.